Hi guys, my name is Samrit and today we're in Manulife Tower in Altalcog to interview one of the few minority agents who'll be working here in the insurance industry. So come and see what we're going to talk about today. Let's not waste any more time. Let's talk to Hector, the main man we're going to interview today. How are you, Hector?
Great, man.
How are you feeling?
I'm great.
You're great?
Yeah.
So we're here in Manulife Tower in Altalcog, Kuntong. And Hector is a man, he'll be working in Manulife for a year and a half. And he's making a minority team, because in Hong Kong, not a lot of minority is actually taking up insurance industry, not a lot of them. So first of all, we dig into that later, but tell me more about yourself.
Hi, my name is Hector. I've been working in the insurance industry for over a year now. And to be honest with you, it's been fun. You manage your own clients, you build your own team. It's quite fast to get into leadership if you wanted to. It's gonna be a lot of hard work, but it's worth it because it's like school as well. There's a lot to learn and learning does not stop. So if you're interested in consistent growth and like what they say, a little bit of uncomfortable is good and pressure because that means you're growing. As long as it's good pressure, then that's great. And this industry, honestly, there's a lot to learn. So if you love learning, this place is like school. I'm not sure how it is with other firms, but here we learn every day.
If you talk about like rap, because I know there's a song, you published a few songs and you got a new song coming up as well. So rap and Manulife, what made you and pursue a career in insurance?
I don't like the music industry if you go through it in the mainstream section. You have to rap about, you know what I'm talking about. It's just the same old recycled topic over and over. It's all about women, drugs, alcohol, and to get deeper to that, there's pretty much nothing good you're putting out there to educate people that watch you. And the ones you affect are the youth. Usually they're below 20, right? They're the biggest fans of hip hop. And of course for OGs way back in the 90s, those people are probably like 40, 50s right now. But hip hop has changed so much from what it was to what it is today. And it's not that I'm romanticizing about what is happening in the past compared to now, but if I want to make money there, I have to adapt. And this is one thing I didn't want to do because the reality of performing in clubs is people showing up, yes, they like your songs, but they're all getting drunk. And not really something I liked, honestly, when I experienced it.
What do you think is constraining Hong Kong? Because I know like a lot of people try to get to that scene and everything, but what is stopping us in Hong Kong especially?
The problem with Hong Kong is I'm the best, I'm making money, but the truth is money is tough here. The problem is separation, right? There are cities, I forgot which one already, but that's where T.I. came from. I think they supported each other where they are, or let's say Detroit, Eminem and the rest, or Slaughterhouse, all of them work together. And when you work together, you get a lot of views, a lot of fans, a lot of following, which means business. Problem with Hong Kong is we started straight out of Hong Kong, me and Mohit, right?
Right.
So we gathered all the artists together. Some didn't want to perform yet until they saw results, right? Now, artists are going to come to the show and they're going to ask for a budget. Oh, can you pay me 2,000? And we're like, okay, can you at least guarantee us 10 people? It's like, nah, man, I don't know about the people. You worry about that, right? So it's like, if you're gonna ask for 10,000, you better be able to bring 30,000 on the table, right? So I think it's very immature on the business side. It's very immature on collaborating together because if they work together as one, Hong Kong never even succeeded making a mixtape or an album as one, like everyone in the hip hop scene. If they're able to do that, then they put Hong Kong hip hop in the map. But no, it's the mentality of I'm the best, so I'm gonna get what I can get, and I'll keep you below if I can keep you below.
So ego comes in basically.
Yeah.
So like Manulife, you've been here for like a while, right? Why Manulife?
Well, one point is I dated someone who was working here.
Alright.
And I was like, I'm not into insurance at that time as well because, you know, one of those hard sellers. I buy a product and I don't know what the heck I bought and I cut it, right? So bad impression usually comes to my market for Filipinos. Not much trust this, and non-locals, I can't speak for them, but I do know there's not much tapping into that market as well. And getting to why this brand, that's one reason. My girlfriend's here. I better work together with someone I'm with, right? So we can build the vision together.
Right.
And secondly is brand equity. Manulife, in terms of market share for MPF, it's above 24% now, is what I know, right? And that's a lot in terms of the whole market.
It's like a backup thing, right? Insurance is something like, oh, you never know what would happen.
Yeah.
But you just buy it because for the sake of it, you know, oh, what if it happened? What if it never happened? So how do you convince people to get insurance?
It's very simple. It's like you study for over 20 years to build yourself to a certain extent to be able to earn an income that you want. Like, let's say you want to be a lawyer, you want to be earning 100,000, 200,000 or more a month. Okay, you're earning that amount. And then you start investing in properties, right? And you start investing in other things. So anything in life you're ready for, right? But health, no.
Right.
Can happen anytime. My friend, 2009, heart disease, no insurance. She had to queue up in the public hospital for 9 years.
Wow.
Or 8 to 9 years. And then she had her operation. But doesn't mean she can buy insurance at that point, right? So what I'm trying to say here is we all work hard. We build ourselves as a business first to build other things. So when we buy a car, when you buy a car, will you insure it? When you buy a property, will you insure it? Right? And when, let's say, we start a business and we have 20 staff, we have to buy employees' compensation insurance for our staff.
Right.
But if we're not insured, we're the reason why all of this exists. So the best thing I always ask them is, if there is a goose and it lays golden eggs and you make money with those eggs when you sell it in the market, what are you going to insure, the eggs or the goose?
Nice. That makes sense.
Goose,
man.
right?
Right.
Goose is you, right? So it's just risk management, honestly. And if you want to be protected in every single way possible, you have to protect your money. You don't protect your money by keeping it all in the bank. You have to invest in yourself. Everyone's investing in other things, but they don't invest in themselves,
Right.
which is their health. Health starts first, then you can make money.
Right.
You can invest all the money in the world in your businesses and you can make millions of dollars. But if it's the worst sickness in the world, you can still lose all of that millions, or you got to sell assets in order to get that money you need to treat yourself, right? So that's why insurance first, even if it's a basic coverage.
So do you think, like, in Hong Kong, do you think the minorities are actually equipped with the good knowledge of financial literacy?
No.
No, not at all.
If you look at the whole world, the educational system, they don't talk about financial literacy at all.
Definitely.
Right? That's one point. Second, in Hong Kong, I have local friends. They say 7 out of 10. Mom and dad will always tell them, "买保險啊," means buy insurance.
Right.
Or 做投資啊, invest.
Right.
Or 買樓啊, buy property. Right? This is a habit. So every time when these graduates graduate, okay, I gotta look for my agent. I gotta look for my real estate agent. Maybe I invest in real estate in another country. That's already in their mind. It's programmed that way. But for ethnic minorities, it's always, let's apply for government housing. 4 of us are working in the family. They said if we want to apply for the housing, 3 of us should quit because we don't pass the eligibility, right? So honestly, there's many ways to play in this. I see this whole world as a game, right? This is all man-made. We're stuck in it, and we got to play in it. And it's either you're in the winning side, where you're earning, or you're in the losing side, where you're getting creamed. And
So what do you think, like, you know, money is important. Financial literacy is very important for us to, you know, for the future, to build, to make money and everything, right? So why do you think not a lot of minorities taking up the jobs or like working in this industry? What do you think is like stopping them, and why? What do you think about it?
still the school system.
The school system.
I hated school. Like, I don't know why the heck I was in school. Honestly, from kindergarten was all right, but primary, I started to question it. Then high school, I have to choose these courses, and I'm not interested at all. I hate math.
Right.
I hate algebra, but I have to do math where I am now, so I actually study. So in the end, when when I finally graduated, I realized, okay, I need to study this. So I studied multimedia. That was for music, photography, videography. Then I started to like business. Then I did a business diploma. Then that's when I had to do accounting. And I'm like, you know what? It's worth it. So I started to like studying more. I joined this industry. I have to study 5 papers. I passed 4. I'm able to pass. So the thing is, I think the problem in schools is they do not tap into what the student wants. If the student wants to be a cop, or they want to be a fireman, they want to be a lawyer, they want to be a accountant, they should ask them up front the moment they're very young, maybe 4, 5, 6 years old, and then tell them, okay, you want to be a fireman, you need to know fluent Cantonese in order to enter the industry, so you need to manage your Cantonese and make sure it's fluent, and then in order to be more competitive, you need to add Mandarin. Then the kids will know. But I didn't have that guidance.
Right.
All I know is if I go to school, if I get A's, I'm good. If I'm in the lower class and I get C or fail, then I won't succeed in life. That's another problem. A lot of teachers say if you don't do good in your grades, you fail in life. That's why a lot of people that were, I was always in the C class, so it's okay. But then anything beyond C, teachers will always say, might as well just fail. No need to take your CEs. It was HKCEs at the time. So it was a big problem. So all the students are just, you know what, screw school. Teachers don't care about us. I'm not saying all, there are teachers that care, but a huge majority is just, I think it's a broken system. Right? And within that broken system, if the parents are not smart, like what happened to me was, I had a teacher in primary who was like, I'll teach you math. I'll teach you all the formulas only once. If you can't understand, I won't teach you again. So I come back home, Mom, Dad, what is this? Right? And they didn't come from uni either. They're like, sorry, I don't know. So that's when I lost heart for school. I was like, screw it. But now I want to, because where I am, I can study and I have to study. I have to keep getting better. So in school, you're taught to not make mistakes.
Right.
But the most successful people in life make mistakes.
Definitely.
A lot of mistakes.
Definitely.
And then you learn from the mistakes, then you improve it. Just like the one who made the light bulb.
So what do you think is the easiest way for you, like financial literacy, finance, we need to know about finance. We can't change the system. Education, we can never change it. We can, but not anytime soon. So what do you think is the best way? Like slowly let people know about it. Not only minorities, man, just about people. How can we actually improve the financial literacy, financial knowledge? Because again, to change the system, it's not possible. We are like, peanuts, right? How can we change it? What do you think in your perspective?
That's why I joined, actually. It's a big problem in Filipinos.
Right.
For example, a lot retire broke. And kids have to take up everything. They have to be the ones working, taking care of the bills. So instantly, we have babies the moment we start working.
Right.
When parents retire, there are babies, right? So I've seen situations where they didn't get married because they're just taking care of everything, right? And I heard it also happens in Indian families. Not to offend anybody, just being fully open. And for Nepalis, I heard they also have habits that have been around for a couple of years, and it's cycling to a point where there's just no one impacting their lives, right? Now, the Filipino advisors that are baby boomers in Manulife already left. So I'm the only one Filipino at the moment, right?
Okay.
And I have competitors in other firms. But thing is, like, our industry is very lucrative. We can earn a lot. But if you do your job well, you can earn way more, right? You do it with heart. Like my girlfriend, she had 60 clients. She had over 40 plus recommendations in 1 year in 2018, right? So do well, you get recommendations. Do a one-off sale just for the sake of selling, you just get that one sale. And they might cut the plan because they don't know what they bought. So in order to make an impact, we need to have people in the industry that actually care. Because it's very sensitive to a point where if I join and I just sign clients for the sake of signing, I'm going to create a ripple effect of insurance is bad. And that's been the problem way back. Even probably before I was born.
Right.
That's everything I hear. And it's the same thing for the Nepali community, because I have a Nepalese guy on my team. I have an Indian in my team. Indians, they're more open, to be honest. Nepalese, they love to save. And most of them go into the banks and then they get sold plans that they don't know why they bought it. Right? So in the banks, it's a different story. They just sell. There's no long-term relationship. So when you get a deal, you get a deal. For us, what you're paying for is long-term. And in order for us to last long-term, we have to support you as much as you support us. If we get a lot of recommendations from our clients, that makes us last longer in the industry. And if we build our team, then longer in the industry. So the only way to make an impact, people only believe when they see the result. Right? So from 1 year, I'm unit manager. If I get to a director level, then people will respect my advice more.
Because like, if you think about like, you're actually building a minority team.
Yeah.
What do you think is the biggest challenge in Hong Kong to build that minority team in Manulife especially?
Well, in recruitment, the process is very simple. You look for people with charisma,
Right.
energy, and what is their main points that drive them every morning. And I don't just recruit people.
Right.
You have to look for people who can see the vision. What is the actual target? And if they can align that eye to eye with you, then it's easier to work with them. So the two people I'm with right now, they're pretty much aligned to what we need to achieve. And what we need to achieve is grow fast and create an impact in the market to a point where instead of just us approaching them to tell them they must learn this, they approach us. And when they approach us, then they're more open to learn. You can say pretty much anything you want. And the main goal is make their nose bleed. Right? Because that's exactly my reaction when I learned about investments even way before Manulife. That's why I asked here as well. So there's a lot to learn, and just that a lot of people are close to it.
Thank you, man. That was a really good interview, man. A good answer, good questions. Love it, man. I wish you all the best. Get more people in this team and, you know, make the name great, you know, make it bigger and bigger. And thank you guys. As Hector for you. A great man, big future, big potential, and stay tuned for it.